But all right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we're going to start off by giving all honor, praise, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule and teach well, where we learn this truth from. And may peace, mercy, and blessings be upon the hopeful elect that believe on this truth and sincerity. For the brothers from the GMS Cleveland branch coming back through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahawah BAHASHAM, another weekend, prophesying the downfall of America, also known as Babylon the Great, and other code names according to the Holy Scriptures. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into the Scripture. This is the book of Ecclesiastes. Step up, Bob.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. It reads, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth.
Creator, okay, of the heavens and the earth and everything within those realms is who? Yahawah BAHASHAM, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those only begotten son. Okay, so the Lord is saying, remember your Creator, meaning what? To consider the Lord. Somebody go to Isaiah 1, to consider the Lord.
It says, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Just talk about right now, okay? The grace period, when all hell hasn't broke loose yet, you still go to the store, still purchase eggs, even though they're expensive, you can still get up and go to work, still got a car, you still got a house to sleep in. People can still find some kind of comfort or joy. Okay, but it's gonna get to a point where you're not gonna find no comfort, no joy. You're not gonna have no house to sleep in. You're not gonna have no car. You're not even gonna have no job. That process is already happening. They've been laying off thousands of workers over the past weeks, and that's not even to mention all the different retail stores that have been closing, the CVS and things like that. So it's different telltale signs that tell you that America is circling the drain. So right now is the time to be turning back to the Lord. That's synonymous with remember your Creator.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
So the Lord compares his people, which is his people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners that may look like the that may look like the heathen nations. But the Lord said he compared his people to two stubborn animals. Okay, and we know animals, they don't got no understanding, of course, of how human life is conducted, but even more so the scriptures. So the Lord is saying that these two animals, they got enough understanding to recognize they master. Okay, but the Lord said his people don't walk because they has been snared in the ways of Babylon over the past hundreds of years. They'd have been degenerated, and so on and so forth.
I wanted to add, I want to grab this, I went to the definition for the word youth, the 1811. And in the 1811, the definition for the word youth, stay right there. It says the part of life that succeeds to childhood. In a general sense, youth denotes to the whole early part of life, from infancy to manhood. When you jump down, one of the last definitions, it says those who pass their youth in vice are justly condemned to spend their age in folly. Right?
Those who pass their youth are justly condemned to spend their age in folly. As you grow to a certain point in life, America would, according to American society, they teach you that after you become a certain age, then you start to indulge in folly. Like mainly around, your teenage years, but even more so, college years, they teach you to go indulge in all type of folly. Because you got the opportunity, you got the energy, the spirit to do so. But in relation to what the brother read, think that's 12, give me that one more time.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth.
So meaning what? Why you still got the opportunity to be able to click on the caps, live streams, the videos throughout the week, why you can still come up to the cap, instead of just ignoring the notification, or people scroll past, they look at it, they might roll the window down, then they roll it back up. This is the days that I use. They got the opportunity to do it, but the opportunity is about to be done away with. The prophet is not meant to prophesy forever. Prophet goes back to the word prophesy, which means what? To say before. What did we say before? Different prophecies. Somebody go take it at the 15th, start of verse 1.
This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
The Lord is speaking to the prophet Ezra, which is applied to all the prophets. The Lord always put his words, his spirit within those prophets to speak on behalf of them. Got it.
Verse 2 says, they cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Meaning what? We can rely on what the Lord said was going to happen to the prophets. We can rely on the different visions that the Lord gave to the prophets that they wrote down, and now we got it comprised in what? The Holy Bible, which the Bible goes back to the last biblios collection of books. So we can rely on everything that's written within these different books.
It says, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Incredulity goes back to this disbelieving state of mind. So you're going to have those of our people, majority of them, that don't believe. And guess what? They might be scoffing. They might try to demonize us, demonize what we teach. You know, they might actually try to persecute us. They might try to cause physical harm to us. But the Lord said, fear not. Because if you was to let these things shake you up, then you might fall out the truth.
Verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yep, and at the end of the day, like our elders say, if they got their elders, you know, if the nigga can't get it, we moving on. You know, if people don't believe in what we say, it is what it is. At the end of the day, they just gonna have to die in that same disbelieving state of mind. Keep on.
Verse 5 says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
So that's the point. The Lord, thus said the Lord. How do you hear the Lord tell you that He about to bring famine, that He about to bring diseases, that He about to bring race wars, that He about to bring earthquakes, and so on and so forth? How do you hear the Lord say these things through the man that He set up? And it's all. Real quick, go to 2 Kings 16, I think like verse 20.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 20.
Because before the Lord bring these plagues, He tells you, warn you of them through His men, and then as they come into pass, it don't all happen overnight. It's a thing of gradualism. You know, it happens slowly but surely. And as these things come into pass, the Lord still got the prophets prophesying. Why? So that you can have a chance to repent. Because that's why the Lord bringing the plagues. It says scourges for a minute. Got it.
2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plagues and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute.
Lord raised up Donald Trump, what we believe the spirit is Nero back to the reincarnation, which Nero was the first Roman, when you do your research, he was the first Roman emperor to bring mass persecution. He was the first Roman emperor to do it. And guess what? We believe he about to do it again through the spirit. So, but, like, read that again.
2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 19, it says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute.
So the Lord bring these different plagues. Oh, that's all I'm about to say. They been talking about, you got Trump, okay, which we believe he fulfilled Isaiah 19th chapter, that cruel Lord, that fierce king. He talking about what? He talking about doing away with food stamps. He been laying off hella people, hella IRS tax agents, you know, people that deal with, you know, processing your taxes and things like that. And guess what? That could result in you getting your taxes very late if you get them at all. So these different things is going to plague the minds of the people. It's going to bring the tribulation. It's going to bring the anguish. You can talk about the tariffs, which he imposed, what was it, 10% tariffs on China and 25% on Canada and Mexico. He deferred it until March. You know, guess what? Once it actually starts to take place, the consumers going to feel it. The American people that go to the stores and buy the different things that come into this country imported from those other countries, consumers, they're going to feel it. That's going to be that tribulation, that plague, that anguish happening in their life. A lot of people think it's like what happened to them. But mainly Jake, because they're the only ones that the Lord is coming for.
I just want this the definition for the word plague, the etymon definition for the word plague. It says affliction, calamity, evil, scourge, severe trouble.
Affliction, calamity, evil is what? Compound word. Each time it was bad times. So once it bad times, it says severe trouble. It's gonna be so bad that people not gonna know what to do. A lot of people, they gonna try to resort to suicide. They gonna resort to cannibalism. You know, they gonna resort to taking the CHIP, That's gonna result in them getting burned by the thermonuclear missiles and so on and so forth. Why? Because these are the plagues that the Lord is bringing.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 20. It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yes, but a nigga still gonna live. Because they taking the Lord life, they taking the Lord for granted. And it's gonna they go be confounded when the prophets get took off the street corners. Because once the Lord take the prophets off the street corners, that means everything that they were saying is actually happening. You ain't gonna have to ask if we're in Jacob's trouble. You're not gonna even be able to say that it ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble because it's gonna be happening before your very eyes. You see the market law rolling down the street. They got the different roadblocks set up, neighborhood to neighborhood, city to city. Things like this. You ain't gonna have to question is it the time that the Bible is prophesying. You gonna know.
About the grace, like I said, it takes 46 for a minute. It's supposed to correct things. These words were supposed to correct things. The counsel of the Lord was supposed to get Jake's mind right. But see, like you brought up in Isaiah 1 and 3, he said, what is that? Watch it, I've been speaking more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, understanding like shit. These words can't correct you. You don't want to listen to the prophets. So now I'm about to send forth the story. Now I'm about to send forth all these different judges. You know what I'm saying? And Jake ain't like Jake, you see all the judgments of the Lord going out. Like you mentioned the terrorists, they don't understand how this thing's about to affect them, how the landscape of America is going to change, and how these things are going to directly affect them because it ain't touched them yet. And so now when these things start to happen, like you said, niggas still gonna need. But then it's really gonna hurt them when the Lord remove the prophets. And now when there ain't no more counsel. The Lord ain't speaking no more. Now He just touching you. You got it.
Verse 21, it says, behold, Israel shall be so good. Second Corinthians chapter 16 and 20, it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
You got the people, the average citizen in America can feel it in the air that something big is about to happen. And even though you feel it in the air and you see it taking place on a day-to-day basis, okay, guess what? They mainly Jake, okay, they not gonna repent. They gonna keep being a nigga.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 5. Declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land. Cry, gather together and say, assemble yourselves and let us go into the defense cities. All right, it says declare in Judah and publish in Jerusalem. Well, we know that Judah and Jerusalem is a people, of course, a place, all right, because the people make up the city. So therefore, in this modern day time, because Jeremiah lived in the Babylonian captivity, and this still applied during the Babylonian captivity, but it also applies now. All right, because during this time, what are we doing? We're blowing the trumpet to our people. Everybody on these 12 tribes, man, and we're warning them about the foresaid evils that's about to come to pass, man. And we're warning them about the things that Esau is prescribing too. So with that being said, that's how we're publishing and declaring. All right, it says, and say, blow ye the trumpet in the land, cry, gather together, and say, assemble yourselves, let us go into the defense cities. You know what? This is a time for you to this is an alarm. This should be alarming to you. This is a time for you to flee, man. Well, yeah, no, Slakia. The prophet Micah, the book of Micah, he said, depart and arise. Because the brother quoted from
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, arise ye and depart, but this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
And how do you depart from this place spiritually? First and foremost, all right, you depart from this place spiritually by unlearning the ways of America and then learning the ways of the Heavenly Father. Okay? And that's how you depart from this place mentally and spiritually. So you're no longer invested in America. You're no longer, got your eggs in one basket and you're dependent on this devil, man. And that's why everybody, all these Jakes, they bugging out now because all these government assistance, all this shit Esau been doing to carry Jake, he's about to do away with all that shit. Now Jake all in a frenzy, man. And they butt hurt.
Destroy their heart,
No, it's still a little more. It says, verse 6, set up the standard towards Zion, retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction.
So just like during the time the Babylonian captivity, right, when the Lord brought the Babylonians, all right, to come get Judah in the southern kingdom to put them in captivity and trample over Israel and basically cast down the land and so forth and so on. The Lord is about to do that same thing, man. All right, to America. He's about to bring evils upon this place. This is the land of the north, right? In the ancient world, Babylon was considered the north country. So with that being said, this is modern day Babylon. This is the modern day North Country, and the Lord is about to bring an evil to this place, man. And the prophets is being risen up to warn you people, mainly you tribes, man, because the world was created for you and your sakes. Y'all the people of the Lord, man. So this is important for y'all to get, whether y'all are here or forbear. That's why the Lord told us to go out and rebuke it again, whether they hear or forbear, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, and verse 17. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. And that's what we are. We are watchmen unto the house of Israel, like the brothers understand the legends on these signs. I was coming out to give y'all the warning of what's coming down the pipe here to Babylon that the Lord is sending. It says, therefore hear the word at my mouth. What's the word of the Lord's mouth? All right, the prophecies that the prophets out here prophesying, giving you the warning so you can get out the way. So you can either get so you can get sealed, man.
Right. That's a commandment, right? Hear ye the word of my mouth. So why is the Israelites steady walking past the prophets, man? Like we not fucking here, man. When the word of the Lord is coming out for you people to repent. We doing what the Lord telling us to do to the best of our abilities. All you niggas got to do is adhere to the message and get right, man. But don't nobody want to do that.
It says, and give them warning from me. And that's what we're doing. We blowing the trumpet, giving you the warning, because why the scripture say, what, make them ready for the battle. All right, the only ones that's gonna make themselves ready is the ones that hear this word and truly believe in sincerity, all right, which was more than likely the elect.
That's why we not worried about 2/3, man. Like 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter say, be not curious how the ungodly shall perish and when. Because we already know what the Lord about to do to these niggas, man. They about to perish because they didn't listen to the message that the Lord was saying through the prophets. So now you about to get caught up in all types of calamity, man. The scripture said the Lord is going to choose your delusions, man.
And Jake's main delusion is America not supporting them. You know, so like you just making mention of, they've been relying on the government for so long. It's gonna tell you Revelation 12, how the woman was nourished from the face of the serpent. The woman talk about Israel, the face of the serpent talk about America and this society that it has created to uphold and had Jake in a trick bag. Jake been trusting in this for so long, but now that it's about to crash, it's gonna leave their ass disappointed.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 1. It reads, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Children, once again, talk about the Israelites. If anybody is going to rebel against the scriptures after hearing about the scriptures, it's going to be who? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Jake is just, that's just the nature of Jake. Because you don't have Israelites that's not of the elect, they're going to be rebelling against the government. They're going to not take the CHIP and things like that. Because that's just the nature of the Lord's teaching.
It says, in that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
So Jake rather listen to Pastor Porkchop or Minister Farrakhan or Stacey Red or Moneybag Yo or Donald Trump or Elon Musk. They rather go everywhere else and get answers as opposed to get answers at the mouth of the Lord, which is who the prophets. Because these are answers that's going to get you on a chariot. These are answers that's going to deliver you from famine, deliver your family from famine. You know, that's going to deliver you from the martial law, deliver you from the ex-military veterans that's going to be riding around the streets in Humvees with gunners hanging out the top. The prophets is giving you the ways to get delivered from these situations. Jake ain't trying to hear that.
Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
In the modern day Pharaoh, in the modern day The modern day Pharaoh will be the Edomites, beginning with the wicked elite bakers, those that's controlling everything behind the scenes, pulling the strings. And the modern day Egypt will be America. So Jake rather trust in America, they rather trust and with the government tell them, with the wicked elite tell them, that's who is controlling Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Is the wicked elite. So they rather trust in them.
If I can add, because it said in that verse that read the first part of that verse, Isaiah 30, and the latter part, no, not the latter part, the top part of 2, it says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. Right, you didn't ask at the Lord's mouth. Who's the Lord's mouth? The prophets. Back in the day, before you would make any decision, or if you was perplexed or you was at a certain situation and you was unsure, you were confused, you would go to the prophets to seek counsel. And the prophets would give you the right counsel according to the Lord. And you would do that, and things would eventually work out according to how it would work out, man, according to the counsel. But 2/3 of our people, they just went and trusted in Esau and didn't ask at the Lord's counsel, man, which is the prophets. You know, and before, is in the ancient world, before certain things was done, even wars, certain things, the prophets had to get a counsel because it was from the Lord, to see if the Lord was with us, see if the Lord was approval of our actions and how we're about to go about this situation. See, 2/3 of our people, they just went and trusted in Esau. They just submitted, man. They didn't ask of the prophets, ask of the Lord, try to seek no type of counsel.
Covering. Because even the king will go to the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Pertaining to certain situations, whether it was dreams, whether it was whatever. Like heathen kings, they would still go to the prophets for certain things. They knew who the prophets was, you know, how important the prophet was, even though they didn't serve the God we serve, you know, but they knew that this man was of importance. There was times where they would put the prophet, what? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. There was times where they would put the prophet like in high positions, like a president or a certain some type of government official to govern his people, because he knew he had a power working with them to some degree, you know, even though he didn't believe in them. But y'all know what I'm saying. So the king reverence the prophets, bro, and you niggas walking past it don't reverence the prophets. That shit bugged out. Go ahead, all right.
This Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. You read Isaiah, the first chapter, somebody go to real quick. Isaiah 1, like verse 29. The Lord said he will restore us, our counselors, which is the governing body, the men that he set up to lead the way. Okay, beginning with the elder apostles on down, the 144,000, which is all men. They were set up to lead the way for the rest of the elect, also known as counselors, because that's what counselors do. They give you advice so that you don't make the wrong decisions and things like that.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city.
See, so that it will have a good outcome. That's why the Lord will restore us, the men set up to lead. So we will have a good outcome, so that our purposes will not be disappointed. So, as I just read, I'm going to read again, Proverbs 15 and verse 22. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed. So that's why when we go back to Isaiah 30, the Lord said, them trusting in Egypt, because America, which is once again the modern day Egypt, and its advice that it would tell you is trust the science. Okay, you don't need to seek after the Heavenly Father or the Son of God. Just trust in AI, just trust in science. Well, following after that, counsel is going to have you confused. But it says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed, but in the multitude of counsels, they are established. So once you come to the Lord's counsel, then that's when the things that you would expect to happen is going to happen. Because if you follow after the Lord's counsel, you're going to be expecting the Lord's counsel to happen.
Just to back you up, this is the book of Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord Yahawah with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. So this is what we're supposed to be doing, you know, trusting in the Lord, man, not leaning on our own understanding, man. And if you trust in the Lord, you're going to be led. If you trust in the Lord, you're going to submit yourselves under men that have the Holy Spirit on them, man, and in them. Okay, because those men is how the Lord is expressing his his plans, man. Through the prophets, that's how the Lord is telling you what's about to happen. That's how the Lord is speaking.
But a lot of times they don't like to hear that because they like we read Micah 2:10, it says, "Arise ye and depart." Meaning what? Get up, stop being relaxed, stop being comfortable. Jake is relaxed and comfortable here in oppression with a Stockholm syndrome, and that's why they don't want to hear what the Lord got to say, because the Lord gonna say that this place about to be destroyed. You know, you're not gonna have no time to enjoy your 401k plan in 20 years after you retire, after been working all your life.
Back in Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 3, it says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion."
And we already see that playing out. You got hundreds, thousands of videos of people uploading of themselves complaining about the government crossing them. Okay, wow, because they've been trusting it, but mainly Jake. You know, like for example, with these tax agents that have been getting laid off, a lot of them have been a nigga woman. What have they been doing? They've been going to social media, recording themselves complaining. Why? Because they was trusting in Egypt. Now the strength. What, can you read that verse again?
Yeah, like we said yesterday, the government is supposed to be one of the most secure jobs in this man's system, you know, because it don't get no higher than a government job. You know, what's higher than a government job? You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. So then this nigga, he's like, what? And look, they showed you that what they was on when they raided, quote Trump's house, looking for files and different shit. Like, this was the former president. They said, fuck you. And so it just shows you that where Esau's coming from. Like, it don't matter your status or where you at. Like, his whole goal is his whole goal. It don't matter your status. So but like showing you how bugged out the people is because they trust in Egypt. They didn't see. If I was a government official, I would have looked at what they did to the former president. They raiding this man's house. They accusing him, and this, even if it's true or not. Look what they're doing, bro. He's the only president in history to have the most accounts in terms of what's you say, felonies in the history of presidency, is so called, you know. So I'd have been looking like, what the fuck? So it just showed you that trusting in Egypt is actually literally going to be your shame, like the scriptures say, you know. Yeah, go ahead, Art.
Proverbs the first chapter. How long you simple is when you love with them. Because see, they don't do nothing but rock Jake back to sleep. Like you said, you see how they fucking up the economy and how they tearing down. They're tearing down America. They're not making it great again, but they're tearing it down. All these things all these laws and all these draconian laws that they get ready to pass. And you see the shit where, like, okay, like the brothers just made mention of, all this shit, all this government funding that Jake depend on and rely on, they get ready to take it away, and Jake see it. And so Jake Jake going into turmoil. You know what I'm saying? They stirring Jake up with the shit. But then here it is, they talking about they finna get all these Jake $5,000 because of this money that they done found.
Yeah, so that's keeping their mind like locked in. It's keeping them. That's what the stimulus checks did when Sleepy Creepy was in the you know, at the face. Go ahead, I'm on.
Isaiah 30 and verse 4, I'll read verse 3 again. It reads, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion."
Yeah, the strength of Pharaoh is going to be your shame. What's the strength of Pharaoh? His WIC programs, his food stamps, and, you know, his stimulus checks. You know, his military, like, you know, they trusted in his yabba dabba do. He used the military to issue out the yabba dabba do. It's the whole concept of Babylon, bro. You know, that's his strength. That's what they trust in, bro. You know, I gotta feed my family, I gotta feed my kids, and I gotta keep my job. You know, that's why they took the yabba dabba do to keep their job. But now look at them. Now they in shame. Cause they took and they feel stupid because they like, damn, y'all niggas, y'all fired people, but y'all brought them back. And then y'all kept this going and that going. Like, so now you look like, go real quick. Go into the etymology of shame real quick. Like, bring that word out real quick and bring that verse back. And then you got it, y'all.
The etymology for the word shame, it says a painful feeling of guilt or disgrace.
A painful feeling of guilt or disgrace, bro. Cause that's the type of pain that nobody see. Like, it's an internal pain. That's the one that hurt the worst. The internal pains, because it kills you within. You know what I'm saying? It does bigger damage on your on self than than on the outside. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to heal inner pain, bro. You know what I'm saying? The emotional pain that hit people, it's hard to heal that.
You should say that hope deferred makes the heart sick.
Come on,
You start putting these niggas in hope. First and foremost, you're putting these niggas in hope that, okay, if I'm about to receive 15,000 and they talking about giving it to me next year, this place gonna continue.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
The prophets talking about that this place gonna end.
Exactly.
They talking about giving us 5,000 next year. So that means this place gotta keep going, right?
Yep.
That's how Jay thinks, because that's how Esau thinks. They think that the scriptures say that they think that how the inward houses shall continue, man. And they're putting Jake in hope as if this place gonna continue and you can have a piece of it too.
Yeah, that's literally that. Cause last point, how many people roughly in the world is like 8 or 9 billion, or between 7 and 9 billion? They said they have about what 20, 30 billion in savings. That's enough to double. They could give everybody 5,000 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So that 5,000 ain't nothing. So everybody, even probably homeless people thinking like, oh shit, I could probably benefit too if I meet the requirements or whatever. And now you issuing the UBI and all that, and the universal basic income and all that, the CBDC and all that. So this devil is like, we see right through this nigga, man. You see what this nigga doing? Like, we see right through this shit. Like, if you got, that's how you know the Lord got blinders on these people's eyes, bro.
But even then, all that shit boiled down. It shouldn't be nobody for they print the money. They literally print the bread.
Been there. Yep.
Print the bread.
Yep.
You got motherfuckers out here fucked up.
Yep. That's what that show Money Heist was about. Jay got to get into that show, man. Go ahead, Art. That's what that was about. Go ahead, Art. Yeah. Was it on that word, Shane?
Some more. It says this is etymology for the word shame. It says a painful feeling of guilt or disgrace. That's that Ezekiel 2. In first couple verses, which is a short chapter, really the whole chapter, but he says, whether they hear or forbear, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. How they gonna know? Because the thing that the prophet was saying is gonna start to happen. And at that point, that's when they're gonna have that painful feeling like, damn, he did say I was gonna be without food, I was gonna be down there about to starve to death, but now I'm starving to death. That's gonna be that painful feeling of guilt or disgrace.
Right.
I'm gonna read it in the GNT too. This is Rawchaa chapter 13, verse 4. It says, a rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. Right?
But that's the KJV?
The GNT.
That's the
It says, I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
So, because what they gotta realize is everything that they doing to America, everything that they're doing to society, everything that they're beginning to do to you, right, is support their agenda. They're using these things to push an agenda, to do something for a bigger purpose, right? Before I continue reading, it's just like last night I was watching the news before I left the crib, and they were talking about how all those, because Donald Trump signed a lot of executive orders within his first week in office, and within all those executive orders that Donald Trump signed, they talked about how they coincided with the Agenda 2025, how they parallel, because he had to sign those executive orders for Agenda 2025 to make sense and for them to be able to accomplish the things that they're trying to accomplish within the Agenda 2025. So back to the precept, it says, Sirach 13 and 4. It says, a rich person will use you as long as he can profit from it. But when you need him, he will leave you helpless. It says, he will live with you as long as you have anything.
Right. So, for example, Esau, he needed a lot of people to take that juicy juice. A lot of people took it, right? And now that, you know what I'm saying, Esau needed you to do something, the people did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now the people, they crying out, we need this. They sending millions to Ukraine, millions over here. But then you want to blame the Americans for reckless spending and all this bullshit, man. But it's actually you spending all the money because you printing, nigga. And then you want to go back and give 5,000 to everybody. What's that's gonna do? What? That's gonna further put America in debt. America is the #1 country that's in debt, man. And now Esau, he transferring his debt into the people. These people already in debt themselves with their own personal lives, man.
So as soon as you were born, you were in debt. Like as soon as you were born, like you're literally in debt. Like when you go into it and look up the debt clock and all that, it shows like a list of things that's in debt in America, bro. And then on top of that, it's way more. It's a lot of wealth out here to spread out. Esau convinced the people that it's a little of this, it's a little of that. You know what I'm saying? It's little gold. Like the whole earth is full of gold and oil and resources, bro, that you can profit from. This nigga condense everything and make you think it's like little parts and shit. So you gotta go to him for this shit. Get your stupid ass out of here.
People crying out, but Esau not giving them what they need. Yeah, bro. That's cold. That's a beautiful point you made too. Because like you said, in order for this nigga to get for this nigga to sit back in the seat, he needed the minorities vote. He got Jake, he got Northern Kingdom vote, he got all the votes he needed. He thanked them, and now you got what? You got Northern Kingdom. What are you doing? Rolling on Northern Kingdom. You got them crying out for certain shit that's taking place. You got Jake crying out because he cutting all those government funding and the shit that Jake been getting from him. It's like, well, damn. But look, it's the same recurring cycle. Every motherfucker that Jake runs to those polls to vote for, I always leave them in hope. I always leave them in wanting. They always like, well, you said you was going to do this, but Jake still running to that same cycle. That's the spirit. So I'm going to say it's one thing. Go ahead, you got it? It's good.
No, you still reading it?
Yeah, still reading. So this is Sirach chapter 13 verse 5 in the TNT. It says he will live with you as long as you have anything and will gladly drain you dry. And that's what he's doing to Jake. He's draining Jake as dry.
Like a razor.
You hear me? Draining Jake as dry. You know what I'm saying? Jake in debt, but can't even catch up on fucking bills. Jake got to choose what they want to pay and what they not going to pay. You know what I'm saying? What am I willing to live without? But see, it soon come, you're going to have nothing. You're not going to have a choice to choose what you're going to live without unless you decide to be joined to this man's system.
Well, because look, if you think about the overall picture of a UBI, like a controlled currency where even like the monthly allowance type of deal, and that's why Cotton Swab said you can own nothing to be happy, because in a Babylonian's mind, if he come to that concept of like, oh damn, I get a monthly allowance and I don't have to work, you see what I'm saying? That's owning nothing and being happy. But it's loopholes and it's rabbit holes to that whole concept, because you already control. How much more where if I give you a monthly allowance, that means that I got the right to say I got the right to limit you on certain things. Food. Okay, you had enough water for today. You had enough food for today. You see what I'm saying? Well, you don't like it, I could just take away your allowance. You see what I'm saying? But giving you a monthly allowance, other stuff can go. I don't have to stress about going to work on certain, like, you know what I'm saying? You got people that the one chick that had reported, the niggas reported her children in her house because she was abandoned them for months and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The kids and shit. No, they didn't die. They called on her. Yeah, and her house is all filthy and all that. So she responded. She's a TikToker. She responded. She left her kids in the house for months. She responded and said she's happy that y'all called the what's they called? Yeah, on her so that they can get her what? Free money, free this, free that, for that. See what I'm saying? So that goes in the concept of owning nothing and being happy. Using the government to continue to live and get, do what you want to do. The one bitch was mad. Last point, the one bitch was mad because she said that they took her food stamps because she had a Benz or BMW. You see what I'm saying?
Send it back. If she didn't send it back, they would the funding that she was receiving from the government.
That's the point. So she like, I'm banking on the government. I could get a BMW and still get fucking $5,000 a month from the government. So that again, so that's pushing out like the hard work that niggas got to do and all that. You see what I'm saying? That's owning nothing and being happy, bro. You see? Go ahead, all right.
This is verse 6. It says, if he needs you, he will trick you with smiles and cheerful, kindly words. And is that not what the fuck Donald Trump did when he settled there and promised the people that he would do this and he would do that? I like all the other presidents do, and all those other candidates. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Your mayors, your governors. They give you all these different promises of the things that they're going to do. And then once they get what they need out of you, they give you their asses to kids, literally. You give me a big fuck. So it says, bring it back. It says, if he needs you, he will trick you with his smiles and cheerful, kindly words. He says, do you need anything? He will ask. He will feed you until you are embarrassed.
finally when he has drained you 2 or 3 times over. So he don't get you 1 time, he don't get you 2 or 3 times. It says, or he says, he will laugh at you. If you see him later, he will pretend he doesn't know you and will pass you by. And that's exactly what these devils is doing. Right? They get what they need out of you, and once they got it, when you go to them, like, man, I thought we were friends. Man, I voted for you. Man, I did this. Man, I support you. They don't know you no more, nigga. They got what they need. And that's what they about to do to Jake in these latter times. They finna laugh in Jake's face when they pull everything. Because they literally finna pull everything. Not some things, but everything.
Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. There's nothing literally you can do about it. What you gonna do? Protest? You ain't gonna be able to do that. Because by that time, they locking the streets down, the martial law and all that shit. What you gonna do?
Because they the study Jake. They know when with the slam, they paid attention. They saw how Jake was ready to move when they took everything then. And how Jake was bugging out. So now when they lock this bitch down the second go round, they prepared for what the fuck Jake gonna do. Because they monitor you and watch what you did the first go round.
Yup.
This Proverbs chapter 26, starting at verse 24, I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says, people may cover their hatred with pleasant words, but they're deceiving you. Because at the end of the day, Donald Trump is still a self-proclaimed white man with the suit. The biblical Edomites. And the biblical Edomites, not only are they the wicked, they said to have a perpetual hatred against Jacob, against Israel. So guess what? Donald Trump might get on the stand at he was on the stand at those different pep rallies, smiling and acting like he was all for Latin America and Black America and things like that. But the whole time he was using that to trick Jake, to keep them from going back to the fact that he's still a devil. He's still a self-proclaimed white man. He's still a part of the same nation that had us going through hardcore slavery.
Oh, that's what I think. Something just popped up now. I think it's live right now. I gotta check my notifications. Trump is they're having a Tiger Woods is at the White House right now. They're celebrating but I'm saying that back to your point, because the getting rid of the DEI and all that, it took away Martin Luther King. I think I want to say, I don't know if Martin Luther King Day, but I know it took away Black History Month. It took away Pride Month and all that shit. So you can taking away Black History Month, but that literally the title says Tiger Woods in office with Donald Trump to celebrate Black History Month. So that's the serpent, bro. Just to back your point up, the nigga smiling, talking about this and that. He take this away, but also still look like it's upheld. How you gonna celebrate Black History Month with Tiger Woods, but then take it away, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? But just showing you that's the devil, man. Go ahead, I like it, bro.
Nigga gotta go, man. In verse 25, back in the NLT, it says they pretend to be kind. Woo! Somebody look up the word pretend.
Yeah, motherfucking active ass bitch. You feel me? Motherfucker in a three-piece suit or three-piece suit with a silver motherfucking tongue. You know what I'm saying? He coming to you the way he need to come to you to trick your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, a three-piece suit. Supposed to, like, that's a clean look. It's a clean attire. Right. So it's like, but he talk with a fourth tongue, like it's they put unalive people in a casket in a suit, like it's for a clean look. So this nigga coming with a clean look, but really he's the worst nigga on the planet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, all right. They said even Satan himself transformed himself into an angel of light.
That's right, all right.
This is the etymon for the word pretender. It says one who intends, one who puts forth a claim.
Damn.
Agent.
Puts forth a claim. You know what? That Donald Trump claimed he was gonna make America great again. He claimed that when he said that, it was intended to make America great for the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American on top of the self-proclaimed Caucasian race. He claimed that, but the whole time he was pretending, he was lying.
It says one who makes.
No. What was the next one? It said agent.
It says agent.
Yeah, agent. You know, would you go ahead?
I say because agents, when they get whatever objective or mission they get from the power that's over them, they have to hide their identity in order to fulfill the objective. And that's what Donald Trump was doing. He was hiding his identity as the Edomite that got a perpetual hatred against the Israelites.
It says one who makes a false show, one who puts forth a claim without adequate grounds.
It ain't no proof in history of the self-proclaimed white man doing something to benefit the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans as a whole. It's no proof. But yet they claim that the people that will do it, but it's no proof that you didn't did it before. So why the hell would Jake? Why would we believe he would do it now? But yet the wicked of our people that the Lord don't want, they gonna believe that he gonna do it now because the Lord wants them to follow after him, so he can use them to judge their ass.
Right. The decades of endless cycle of voting and marching, and you know, it's like an endless cycle, bro. Like, you know, when does it end? Is Egyptology gonna help us? Like, what helps? What? When does? How do we change the situation, bro? None of it. None of it prophesies, bro. None of it changes because it's all aligned with his system. It's all aligned with his plan. Egyptology, Catholicism, whatever you worship and do in this life, it's all aligned with his plan. The only thing that's not is YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, the words that we're preaching right now. That's not aligned with his plan. You know, he make it look like it is because he uphold the Bible. He made the Bible the law of the land, the book of the land, and he swear in on his inauguration and shit. He put it in all his hotels. At one point in time, it was in all the schools. At one point in time, they even had prayer before all the classes. It looked like the Bible was about it, but that was the cover up. Like I said, he's an agent. Agents are smart. That's why Esau. You go into Genesis. We talked about it yesterday. Tubal Cain and the mercenaries. That's an agent. That's a man that moves in the shadows like a ninja to get the job done from the one that sent him, bro. Good, all right.
It's a little more. It says to play, make believe.
That's faking. That's that fraud. You know, the forgers of lies, like I tell you, Job 13:4. So you position of no value. They act like they gonna heal you. They gonna make a situation better, but the whole time they not. Said forgers of lies,
Bro. So that shit so raw out that definition, bro. Because that's all this motherfucking devil that ever done, bro. You think about it, even from the time since we've been children. Even when we in these motherfucking school systems, when they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? They good at selling Jake a motherfucking dream. And Jake still chasing that dream that they ain't never motherfucking caught. That's why all these nations get ready to come up against the devil. Because he done sold them motherfucking dreams and they done came over here and couldn't motherfucking catch them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's no profit for the ones that's aligned with them. Like that's what's going on. That's why I say that the nations are mad. Like they realizing that it's no end for them. Like it's only for the Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Go finish what you start.
Proverbs 26:25 in the NLT says they pretend to be kind. It says, but don't believe them. It's just like it tells you, Sirach 12:10. You got that line up. Said, never trust thy enemy, even if he act like he your friend. It says, wow, their hearts are full of many evils. In the KJV, it says there are 7 abominations in his heart. Abominations, what? Detestable things. Things that you look at, you like, ugh, what is that?
Bro,
why are you thinking that? Why are you doing that? Well, that's the type of shit that these devils thinking to the completion. It says 7 abominations. 7 represents completion. It says Proverbs 26:26 in the NLT, while their hatred may be concealed by trickery, which is what? The lying words.
yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Matter of fact, read that. What's that? Proverbs 26, like the last 5 verses in the NLT.
It's in Psalms 55:20. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
This is a nature of the self-proclaimed white man. And now you do have documented history of him doing things like this, mainly with who? The so-called Native Americans. It says he put forth his hands. Read again.
It says he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
You see, when the so-called European settlers came over here, and when they came over here to the so-called Native Americans, when they got here, the so-called Native Americans wasn't immediately at war with them. No, they was at peace with them. They was teaching them about the land, teaching them how to survive the cold winters, how to farm over here and things like that. They was at peace with them. But yet he put his hands against them, meaning what? He started the war. Christopher Colon said what? He ain't put his sword down for an hour.
Yep, so these motherfuckers don't make no move on you until you don't let your guard down. So when they first came over here, Northern Kingdom ain't had their fucking guard down. So Northern Kingdom was ready to protect the land. Ready to protect the land where they dwelt upon. But then once it got them, they speak with them motherfucking silver lining words with that slick tongue, that slick silver tongue that motherfucker got, and get to persuading you, get to giving you these gifts, get to doing all these different things. And then when you let your guard down, then they roll them.
Yeah, that's how important it is for us to have the laws fully in our mind, because the Northern Kingdom would have knew certain limitations, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the damn devil. But the gas still showed that compassionate part
Israel's the one that teach the nations. We the ones that guide the nations, show them how to do this and that. That's what they did. That's what Northern Kingdom did. When Esau came over, they showed him how to fish, they showed him how to hunt, they showed him how to do this and that shit. You know, even though Esau might have knew certain shit, he's Gad in the Northern Kingdom and you know the northern tribes. They showed Esau how to maneuver, man, and they showed him their way of life. Multiple women and all that. They showed him that it was no sicknesses. They showed him how to keep that sickness out of you and the whole concept. You know, they did that part of the genetic makeup, but they didn't have the whole picture. Because remember, it said they came over to keep the laws that they couldn't keep east. You know, they came west to keep their law, the ways of YAHWASHI. But the longer they got from that, it trickled on down to other shit. You know what I'm saying? So by the time all that, so yeah, man. So that's how important it is to walk in the spirit of YAHWASHI, because they would have been like, hold on, this nigga's the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because where this nigga, first of all, where he come from? Like, you know what I'm saying? How you been following this? Like, who sent you? I've been questioning all these things. You probably did have some people in there, like chiefs and shit, but let's just do, like, you see what I'm saying? The disconnect came because the spirit went there. No, fully. Go ahead, all right? Because that's what gives us discernment of this devil. Hold on, that nigga come up here. Hold on, we watch this nigga. We go according to the script, like, hold on. We discern them, you know what I'm saying? It's steps to proving the friend, steps according to the spirit on how you deal with every man. Especially this damn devil Esau, man. What you got, Aki?
Psalms 55 and 20, it says he had put forth his hand against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant.
Covenant is what? The agreement, the contract. Yeah, he said he's going when he came over, he came with the vibration of he was going to be at peace with the so-called Native Americans as well as the so-called Latinos, because they was affected by Cristobal Colon's and his atrocities as well. When he came over, he made it seem like everything was going to be okay, but the whole time that agreement was false. He planned the whole time, like you said. They was teaching him how to hunt, how to fish, how to clothe themselves properly and things like that. The whole time he think about how he can murder you, how he can rape your wife and your children or eat them and things like that. The whole time.
All the buffalo out the land to the further and further away. They're making all these treaties, okay, could be here and there. But then when they break the treaties, and then they go with the further treaties, they broke covenant.
Hey, because you said the buffalo was used for food, it was used for clothing, you know, all that, man. So that nigga literally, it talk about in Sirach 34, like he that take away his neighbor's man. Yeah, no, he that take away his neighbor's labor. Damn, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's like towards the end, close to the end. He that take away his neighbor's.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth them. He that defraudeth the labor of his hired is that the bloodshed.
Yeah, he's the man of blood. Like you say, he took away his neighbor's living. The buffalo, brother, I was talking about the buffalo. That was the way Gad dealt. Food and clothes is just enough. You ain't gotta name other shit that the buffalo was used for. Food and raiment. The scripture talk about the basic things that sustain a man's life. That's all that. They talk about those are the food. You know, these are things that keep us living. And you took that away, you're a bloodshedder, bro. You're a man of blood. Go ahead, Art.
Psalms 55 and 21, it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
See, but war was in his heart the whole time. They might have been having pleasant, delicate conversations and drinking tea, you know, eating oxen and things like that. But the whole time, once again, these devils, and they still like that spirit is still in them to this very day.
Bro, they show you that shit in that movie 12 Years a Slave. Solomon North. You got down the two Edomites. They went to dinner with Jake. They sat down with him. They got drunk. They had a good time. Ate a good five-star meal. You know what I'm saying? 3-course meal and shit. But then they get him drunk. And the next morning when he wake up, cause he think he doing it amongst his friends. And the next morning he wake up, he ain't changed, thinking it's a motherfucking joke. Nah, nigga, they finna sell you into slavery now. Got your ass.
It's countless accounts happening to this very day of a so-called black man or a so-called black woman getting around a handful of self-proclaimed white people, and they see, you know, they found them dead in the middle of nowhere, you know, in the woods, or they pulling them out the bottom of the lake and shit like that. Why? Because that same spirit is still in.
And that's the good thing to say. Like I wanted to, like Like if you think about like when you come to a gathering like that and you drinking and shit, it puts spirits on you. Like they say, reveal the truth on you. They kind of the things that you hold in. They tell you what type of spirit you have a lot of times. Esau, that nigga, that's what he did a lot of times. Like, when he drinking, he got Jake around him. Be that one Jake, the King Shore dude that got all of my friends, and they like you said, they chilling, they get drunk. But a fucking shooting nature that nigga come out, man. That's why you get pulled out of lake and different shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that devil realizes who he is in that moment, and the spirit is underlocked and interlocked that nigga, bro. He reaches the highest capacity. He's the vessel of Satan. And he's the beginning and end of all wickedness, bro. Man, I got a quick one. This direct 12 and 12. No, 12 and I started 11. Direct 12 and 11.
Nah. That's where no. Start at
No, 10.
Nah. Start at 8. Start at 8. That's where I was at. Yeah, start at 8.
That's what you had?
I'm holding it now.
I started at 8.
Yeah, start at 8.
Direct 12 and 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
That's exactly why these devils always try to make it seem like you got a chance of prospering or like you are prospering for the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, so that you can't tell whether or not they your true friends.
Yep.
Because if you wasn't prospering, if you was dealing with adversity, they wouldn't be on your side.
Yep. Because now they start to put Jake in straight, and that's show you the blindness that's on Jake's eyes. Because you'll read that last verse, that latter end of that verse back.
This is direct 12, in the last part of 8. And then an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
So Jake could be in some real adverse situations, right? And so it's like Jake feeling it now, and they still can't tell him he's probably getting it. It show you the height that the wickedness is going to have to reach in these latter times for Jake to know, like, damn, this motherfucker is not for me. Because like Isaiah 30 and 7, because Isaiah 30 and 7, it says what? When you read the brother was in Isaiah 30, real quick. Never mind, you dropped it. Now Isaiah 30 and 7, it said the strength of the Egyptian is to sit still and to help in vain. Meaning when all hell break loose, these devils ain't gonna help Jake. They ain't gonna be for you. They literally gonna turn their back on you. And this
is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 7. It says, for the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still.
That should be enough for a nigga.
Bro, you hear me out?
Like that we could close the book on that verse. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to say nothing else to him. Why don't that's enough? So that means by default, that would mean that anything he come with, okay, I got this program, I got this. That means it's for your demise, bro. Like it's vain. It's not at the end. You're not gonna prosper, even if it's for a moment. You might get a little bit or whatever. It's talking about the crumbs from the rich man's table. Mm-hmm. That should be enough, bro. You could close the book on that, bro. Why is that not enough, man? Why is that not enough? Go ahead, bro. Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
This is direct 12 and 9. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemy, but like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching.
Yep. Him humbling himself and going crouching. Him stop hanging you niggas. He stopped kidnapping you niggas and skinning you niggas and things like that. That was a part of him humbling himself and going crouching. He not just walking past me, but you calling you a nigger to your face, calling your children nigger babies. He ain't saying none of that no more. So now they think that okay, he got the same devil.
You might have even married your mom or something. Somebody in your family. Now you're part of your family. You're like, nigga, what, bro? Because remember at first he was doing stuff like that out of like what's the word? Of course revenge, but he was doing it like it's a word I'm looking for, but he was doing it like in a malicious way. Like it's all malicious, but he was doing it in a certain way. Now he coming where like in the sense of like I love her, like I care for the black woman. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want her to have my kids, like a family oriented mindset. But it's really still the same agenda. It's just done it more in secrecy now. Because that how you know that? You always got stories where this nigga killed his whole family, like him himself, hit the mom, the 4 children. I'm talking about they ain't little kids. These kids is 12, 14. I mean, he took years to develop, and he saw these motherfuckers develop, and he took them out of here. Yeah. Because he's the devil. You can never trust this nigga, man.
It be the same trick, bro. They show you how, bro. I gotta keep talking about it, bro. Because they show you that same trick around election time. You'll never see these motherfuckers within your community. You'll never see. Real talk. You don't never see these motherfuckers out nowhere. But when it's time to get these motherfucking folks, just like Kamala Harris, what she did, she threw on her Timbs. I'm about to go get me some soul food. I'm about to go kick it with the black folk. I'm about to clap and shake hands. I'm about to do the new popular dances. I'm about to do everything that I can do. Well, here with Donald Trump, let me go get their favorite rappers. Let me go get Triple OG Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Let me show them how we kick it, how we hang. Let me go get Lawrence Taylor. Let me go get all these motherfuckers on my goddamn campaign trail to show them that I'm here and that I'm with the people. Then boom. Now they got him until the 2025. Oh, now we cut government funding. And now Jake looking stupid as fuck. Man, what? You got it out.
It says, all right, 12 and 11. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah, take good heed and beware of him. The same nigga that shot his 3 teenage children and his wife and the dog, the same nigga that just had a 3-piece suit on with a shaved clean face.
Right.
And if I could add, this devil, he weaponizes everything against the people, man. Even to the point where he weaponizes the way you travel, you know, with all these different planes crashing down, you know. So, hey, the last time it was a big thing with these different planes and this, that, and the third, 911, right? And that changed the whole system of Esau and the terrorists and all that goofy shit, man. You know. So yeah, he started cracking down more. He had to go through the these different airports. Now you got to go through the shit, and yeah, you got to go through, right, exactly, check in and all that. So imagine what he about to do now with these he's weaponizing planes. So imagine what he's got in store for okay, we can't no longer do this, we can't no longer do that because all these planes are crashing. Nigga, you're the reason why the planes is crashing, man. Hey, you gonna start seeing buses flipping over too, trains flipping over and shit. Calm.
Like, you've seen that, man. He's in motion, man. That's why I said, take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Right. No matter what, metals rust, man. No matter what, man. I don't care what you put on it, right? But if it's out here in these elements, these metals rust, man. So this man gonna stay wicked, man. That's right. He was created to be wicked, man. No matter what you wipe him down with, man, he gonna stay fucking wicked, man.
You can sit that nigga in the yeah, go ahead, man.
Like I said, no matter how many rides he give you to work, how many times he buy you lunch on break, how many times how many gifts he brought you to the Christmas party, none of that matter, because he's still the same devil. He's still thinking of doing some wicked ass shit to you, because that's just his genetic makeup.
It says his right hand is the right hand of force. So no matter, anytime you see when he's in his strength, it's always not what it seems to be. It's always a deeper, bigger agenda behind what you see him doing. Like these Edomites walking past us smiling. Like, bro, you don't like me and I don't like you, so just go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you know, but that's the serpent for you, you know. He put on a show, you know. It's Sirach 12:12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Basically saying what? Don't let these devils get comfortable with being not just in close proximity, but having a close relationship with you. Because they know in their minds what they're going to do to you when they get a chance. But you might let it slip your mind. So that's why I said, set him not by thee. Got it.
It says, set him not by thee. I'm gonna say, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at thy last at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Meaning what? You then it's gonna come to your mind like, damn, this is what the Lord talks about through the men that he set up. This is what the Bible talks about. These damn devils right here.
Right. See, like you read the book of Maccabees, it say that how the heathens gave us license to sin, right? How they even, you know, they gave them license to sin. And when you really do your research, you had certain jakes, they was getting like levels of positioning in society. So like you had certain jakes getting levels of positions in society, you know, through the gymnasium and things like that. Right. But what did they have to do? They had to basically sell out to Esau, Edom.
That's right.
You know, they had to leave off from their customs of being an Israelite and calling on the Lord, and they had to go and rely on the heathens and their customs and their gods, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Their practices with the genetic. And guess what Esau gave them? He gave them, you gonna get a position in here, right? You gonna get this. Little dainties, little goods, man. A position in here, a position in there. You know, you may get a little bit of wealth, a taste of wealth. That's what Esau gives you. But guess what? What ended up happening from that? Hellenization. Now our people destroyed him and bugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So trust in this devil and putting your trust in this devil, it never turns out good, man. Even for you heathens. Y'all seeing what it's like making a deal with these fucking devils, man. And not 2/3, I mean, Slocky, not 2/3. But the majority of the heathen, what are they doing? They're joining the BRICS nations, man. They joining Russia. They teaming up with China and North Korea and so forth and so on, because they realize that when you invest in America, you always gonna get fucked, man.
Yep. Trusting the self-proclaimed white man, you always gonna get fucked. Because that's who runs America, self-proclaimed white man, the Edomites.
That's why at the end it said, "Who will pity a charmer when he's bit?" I didn't read it. I was gonna keep going because he's still gonna go back to that Psalm 55 that Quam had. Pick it up. Direct 12 and 13.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes. Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 13. It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh with wild beasts?"
So you want to play with a dangerous motherfucker that you ain't supposed to be playing with, right? And then when he finally do something to you, like now you want pity or you want a motherfucker to feel bad for you. That's like the scripture talk about not going out in the way with a bold fellow that got power to kill you. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be joining hand in hand with this motherfucker because you know what I'm saying. Ultimately, he gonna turn on you. He gonna turn against you. He ain't for you for real. You know what I'm saying? He trying to kill you. He's trying to overcome you. He's trying to do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Even in the Sirach, talking about sit him not beside you. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to take your spot.
Right? Because this is the question for y'all. What does a charmer do with serpents? Like
Tease him. Exactly. Taunt them. Exactly. If the serpent came out.
So bring it back and break it down.
Yes. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
Like you said, the whole job of a charmer is to taunt the snake. You know, to try to manipulate the snake. But the whole time, that's the key characteristic of snakes is being manipulative, being subtle, being crafty.
Yeah.
So once that charmer get bit by that snake, it's like, I'm not about to feel bad for you. That's what the fuck you get.
Yep,
right. Playing with it and shit.
And then when you playing with them, when you look at that shit, right? Because a lot of the times they do that shit with king cobras. You can find videos where they fuck king cobras like that. You realize how slow and steady and how concentrated and how focused those motherfuckers be before they strike. So when they strike, they don't miss. And that's what Jake don't understand. He done studied you so much that they gonna strike. When they strike, they're not gonna miss.
Yeah, that's like that nigga. What's that nigga name? The Crocodile Dundee nigga.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You don't pity this nigga, bro. You playing with scorpions and jellyfish? Go ahead.
That's what 2/3 of our people did. Hey, niggas think they could finesse the system, use Esau to get rich, and then just be lofty and just enjoy the fruits of their labor, so to speak. And that's why a lot of these niggas is butthurt, because they was receiving this, they was receiving that, And Esau was giving it to him, but you had a lot of niggas scamming, committing fraud, doing this, doing that, and they eating. A lot of women was doing that too. You eating off of Esau, give you these different jobs, now you eating off of it. So what did you do? You laid in bed with the beast. You laid in bed with the devil, and you became a part of his beast system. So now that he forsook your ass, now you crying out, but ain't nobody showing pity because you laid in the bed with a devil, man. The Lord already told you not to fuck with this devil.
That's like that bud out here that one time with the white bitch. He was speaking with the snake.
Oh yeah,
He took the snake to the doctor. And was like, my snake had eaten him, right? And later, like, the damn doctor told him, yeah, he been sizing your ass up. He been eat too. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize they done laid in bed with Esau so long, and now he done sized their ass up, and now he getting ready to swallow him whole. He finna show him that when he roll out this motherfucking system.
Quick precept. This Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 2. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men.
Meaning once you're in the belly of the beast, or you in his breath, or you in his teeth, there ain't gonna be nothing you can do to get out of his grip.
Yeah, because a lion's power is in his teeth. So that once he bites you, it's over with. That's why all these people gonna get consumed. Because once Esau strike, when we talking, you heard strike like a couple times in the last 3 minutes. When he strike, meaning that's his NWO, that's his New World Order. That's how he's gonna strike. His MOTB. That's the ultimate strike, because that's gonna differentiate the people. The elect is gonna differentiate the elect. Well, a lot of people ain't gonna take it. That don't mean they elect. I'm gonna make that clear too. But that's majority gonna separate the righteous from the wicked. You know, that's the hour of temptation in Revelation 3. So that's his power. That's his fight. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what Aaron Russo is talking about. That's what they hold. He said that's the whole agenda, is to have everybody see him, because that's the ultimate control.
But I said that's the ultimate fight. Some snakes, not all snakes venom kill you right away. Some snakes, they venom paralyze you before it kills you. So once you take the CHIP, that's like you being paralyzed by the system. You can't go here unless they allow you to. You can't buy this unless they allow you to.
Yeah, the serpent's venom. The serpent about to bite. He about to strike.
Yeah. Sirach chapter 12, verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
They going to Esau, they trusting in America and being defiled with the ways of westernization, and now they're being confounded and disappointed by it, and they want people to feel bad for them. That's why they record themselves and put it on TikTok and on Instagram, because they want people to comment, oh, I feel so sorry for you. Oh, I got some, I'm gonna send you this, or whatever the case may be. They want somebody to pity them. But in all actuality, should nobody be showing no fucking pity to them, because that's what they have to get.
It says verse 15, for a while he will abide with thee. For a while he will abide with thee.
For a while. Not forever, but for a while. Just for a moment. As long as let me get what I need to get out of you first. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
I'll go back to earlier in the chapter where it said an enemy cannot be hid in adversity. Because the enemy is only waiting for you to fall so that they can help contribute to your fall. That's like he did.
Verse 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips.
Speaking sweetly with his lips. We're going into that, putting multiple precepts. And it's once again, it's documented accounts in real life history that show you these same precepts being demonstrated through a particular people, a particular nation of people. Namely who? The self-proclaimed white man, because this is the characteristics of him.
But in his heart, he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah. In a pit is basically like it's a hole in the ground. And the thing about a pit is once you fall down into one, it's hard to get out of it. And that's how these devils is. They act like they on your side, but they just trying to lure you into your trap, you know, because they know it's gonna be hard to get out of it.
easy to go in, hard to get out.
Nah.
What's that? That's the same chapter they talk about access a gate. Show access a laver to show what gate he is or his countenance. You know. No, it's just Iraq, but I thought that was the same chapter. But it show you who he is. You know, basically in so many words. So you gotta believe this nigga. He showed you who he is. You gotta believe this nigga. He been showed you when he first came to the so-called Western Hemisphere, though, the Americas, man. He been showed you this. You learned about in your history class at one point in time. That's why he took it out. He show you documentaries and movies and all this shit, man. He been showed you who he was, bro. So you supposed to believe this nigga, man.
I got a quick precept. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. I started talking. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? And the Lord is going to retreat, man. You know, he going to take his men off the scene. He going to hide his men away. And when he hide his men away, that's the Lord hiding himself, you know. He's no longer going to entreat for you people to come back into him. He's just going to go to his place, all right? And everybody else going to be just, whatever the fuck you was into, depend on that to save you in that day.
That's probably the first chapter. He's going to start to mock.
Say verse 2, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor.
His pride, feeling as if it can't none of the atrocities that he'd have been committing over the past hundreds of years come back and bite him in the ass. So that's why he's still trying to commit atrocities.
It says, verse 2, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Everything that you've been imagining to do is going to come back and finally bite you in the ass. Jump down to verse, I think, 8.
Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
And mainly the lurking places of the villages is what? At these different councils, these different summit meetings. Yeah.
In the secret places doeth he murmur the innocent.
See, so high in the secret places, he murdering the innocent by passing different laws and legislations and bills that's going to further harm the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man.
It says his eyes are privily set against the poor.
Because brother made mention how Donald Trump's first day in office, I believe he signed over 2,000 executive orders. He didn't come up with those executive orders by himself. No, the powers that be, the wicked elite, they came up with those powers. They came up with those ways to murder the innocent in secret. And then once Donald Trump came into office, he took on the face of that.
So yeah, now the chapter we was reading, Sirach 35 or 4, the bread of the needy is their life. That's the whole purpose of his whole agenda. It's the fuel to the new world order is the poverty in the blood of you Israelites. That's the fuel to the new world order. He can't have it's no new world order without the multitude of bloodshed of you Israelites. And without and you don't have to literally be unalive for bloodshed to happen. You know, we read it earlier. He took away his neighbor's labor, his heart. He's a bloodshedder. So just that concept is a slow death. So even in that way.
Psalms chapter 10, verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den.
Psalm 21 talk about how mention the teeth of the lion. Which we know that's their power, and not only that, but that's like because the lion is known as the strongest of all beasts. So that's how it is with Esau and his wickedness and his deceit. Like, not only the most intelligent, he the strongest out of all the heathen. His blessing is a sword.
It says he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor.
So he do get Jake in a trick bag. We see Jake in a trick bag right now. We in a trick bag ourselves, but Lord willing, the Lord gonna deliver our feet out of this big ass net, out of this big ass snare, like the scripture says.
He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Yeah, and the net is what? The system. Jake is trapped in the system, and it's no way out of it. They think the way out is gonna be trusting the government. That's why they gonna take the CHIP and things like that. But that's not even the way out. That's the way deeper into it.
You mentioned the net. Hey, if you imagine your foot being caught on the net, the longer you stay in that position, you slowly depreciate. The lack of food, the lack of hydration, it's like a you start panicking.
Look at other holes. Before you know, you got them all twisted around.
But that's why it said the Lord, and then what happened? Uneasiness come onto you, like, you know, because a lot of you might have a my grandmother passed away because she caught gangrene while staying idle, you know, in the bed. You know, you could catch uneasiness by being idle. You know, that's why the Lord required for us to work, because spirits jump on you when you're idle. So can you imagine? That's why the physician come and cut off a lung disease. When he cut that neck, he allows us to step out that motherfucker, and we live and we flourish, man.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why the scripture say, "Use not that liberty as occasion into the flesh." Take someone to the flesh in these times. The scripture talk about it in Galatians 6 chapter. I think it's Galatians 6 chapter. But he that sold to the flesh shall the flesh reap corruption. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord finna show you the state of the people because they continue. They sold to the flesh. They trust in Esau. You know what I'm saying? The scripture talk about her in Jeremiah 17, the 17th chapter, 5th verse. Cursed be the man that make the flesh his own, right?
Iraq chapter 12, verse 16. It says, "An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if you find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood."
Say he'll wait with his eyes. What, he gonna make you feel like you're inside, but as soon as you get the opportunity, it's over. He's about to murder you, about to rape your children and your wife. And that's the spirit of these devils. That's the spirit of who is ruling the society that we live in. You know, so Lord, we hope for this edify the spirit, close, we'll give all honor, praise, and glory to
YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM.
Y'all honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone who rule and teach where we learn this truth from. May peace, mercy, and blessing be upon the hope of the lake that believe in the truth and sincerity.
That's right.
The next time they come out to
Shalom.